And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, the WBA World Champion, entering the ring wearing white trunks with zebra stripe trim, fighting out of and representing his home of Las Cruces, New Mexico. He weighed in at a ready 153 1/4 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 26 wins, no losses, 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Now in his third year as champion, tonight he is making the 5th defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the undefeated WBA Super Welterweight Champion of the world, Austin Trout.
Changed the dynamic already, Paul.
Canelo coming off the longest layoff of his career, 217 days. This is his 266th round as a pro. Trout, who just went downstairs with the straight left to the body like we saw him do many times against Miguel Cotto in his last fight. This is his 152nd round as a pro. The fans, of course, will react to anything Canelo does, which, of course, could impact the adjudicators in this fight. Remember, we are in Texas. It's been known as a cauldron of controversy when it comes to combat sports over the years.
I love your alliteration.
Well, again, the first round, Canelo got to Trout at about this distance. He felt like he was almost there, and then he just couldn't land. Touched him on the chest there, but this is the distance Canelo needs to start landing. And there's
a right hand that connects for Canelo. Flashes the jab, doubles up the jab, follows up with a right hand to the torso.
That was a tremendous uppercut thrown from long distance by Canelo. Shocking that he was able to land it against Trout. You know, Trout said when they were together, he said he felt Canelo was a much smaller man than he expected. But he just found out that Canelo can punch a bit, but Trout took the punch.
The bell in round 3 of this scheduled 12-round battle for the WBC and WBA Super Welterweight Championships. Undefeated kingpins putting it all. Trout does a good job of avoiding the punches and again pivots away from the ropes, looking to establish control in the center of the ring as he unloads 2 jabs and goes downstairs to the midsection. Less than a minute remaining in the 3rd round. In boxing when he was the age of 10, of course, we saw his fiancée Taylor, one of his daughters, Kyra, who's 10, Charlotte 3, his son Elijah 5, and his sister Candace, all in attendance here. So there is a cheering section for Trout in this sea of Canelo fans.
Think about the defensive liabilities sometimes of Canelo. He is slipping now.
I'll tell you, past those jabs, they can't seem to land the extra power shot except that cross to the stomach. They can't seem to land that second power shot to follow up the combination.
Of the sons boxed, and there was actually a card in which, along with his 5 other brothers, Canelo was on the same card as all those brothers in professional boxing. I don't know if that's ever happened. So it's a boxing thing. And we look at Austin Trout, who I thought had a very good round in the last round. He was able to use that cuffing right hand to push Canelo Alvarez away, and then that strong jab. And then Canelo slipping a lot of the punches that Austin Trout's throwing. And we talk about the fact that even though Canelo has had some defensive liabilities, there's a good example of him getting better on defense.
He almost had a smirk on his face after making Trout miss those punches. Like, see, I can box too.
But Trout threw more than 30 more punches in that last round.
The bell and round 6. Canelo talked about gaining revenge for his older brother, Rigoberto. The revenge for my brother theme has happened in the past. The most recent example, the Klitschko's on 2 different occasions. One of the brothers avenging a loss suffered by the other. And Alvarez looking to bring the WBA belt back.
And I was told by the Trout corner that their scoring was the same as ours. Two judges had a 1 point for Canelo, and 1 judge had it even. That was through 4 rounds.
Canelo landed a sweet overhand right. Sticks the jab. Trout goes to the body with the right hand.
So what that...
Oh, and a nice right hook there.
He doubled that right hand up. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, maybe off balance.
Canelo misses wildly with the right uppercut as Trout now clinching.
Now we see a good exchange from these 2 fighters. That was a little earlier in the round where Canelo landed the right and the uppercut. Trout was able to turn this round around, though, as the round continues. And later in this round, we take a look at Canelo with his hands low, stationary, as Paulie said. Some are not getting there, but Trout was controlling the action, ripping shots to the body, and really controlling the tempo and action in that latter part of the round. You can see the difference in the families watching. The wife of Trout and the brothers of Canelo Alvarez.
Both guys had their moments. It seemed Trout had the larger control of the round.
Well, he landed 19 punches to 9 in the last round, did Austin Trout.
Halfway point of the fight, round of 7 underway, and as is often the case when you have a conventional fighter, and there is Canelo dropping Trout with a straight right.
Trout winking at Canelo like...
Trout goes down for the first time in his professional career, and Canelo now on the attack. Trout trying to survive another overhand right, a counter left from Trout.
Trout's fighting back, though. Time Austin Trout has been knocked down in his career. A jab that set the stage for the right hand. Was Austin Trout hurt? Yeah, you bet. And that was very early in the round. And we will take another look. Now, the point is, he was hurt badly early in the round, sent down, as you see there. But Austin Trout came back to probably win most of the rest of the round. Not all of it. Do you make that a 10-8 round or a 10-9 round? That's the question.
Yeah, I made it 10-9. I thought he controlled the rest of the round. Ironically, it's crazy. And like I said, he was actually walking Canelo down. I agree with Swift, man. Some of these rounds can go either way.
And maybe the difference at some point would be the power that Canelo Alvarez has shown. But these aren't close rounds, and that last round pivotal.
And when they're close rounds, we are in Texas. You never know how the judges here will see things. Just ask Paulie Malignaggi.
No comment.
Louis Burke explains that they believe Alvarez is tired, and this is kind of some of the evidence of that. Languishing on the ropes, not punching, and just letting Austin Trout dictate the tempo of the rounds, and doing what Paulie Malignaggi talked about, and as Louis talked about, fighting in spurts and hoping that his power can win the day.
And that's the thing. If you're going to make a guy miss like that, you have to at least throw some pot shots. You have to make the other guy believe that, okay, I'm not just going to miss. I'm going to also pay a price for missing.
And in the last round, Trout threw 59 punches to only 28 for Canelo Alvarez. And Alvarez coming back with singular shots.
Under a minute remaining in the 9th. There's a straight right hand by Canelo, keeping Trout honest. Trout throwing punches that time as Canelo ducks down, got caught with the left hand. Now Canelo's hands beginning to drop as well, Paulie.
He's worked a little bit more this round, but he's made it count. You know, the power he's throwing this round has landed a little bit. He's feeling confident.
A little showmanship from Canelo.
He's feeling confident. There's a little shuffle there. But Trout staying focused. You know, his game plan is to work off the jab, and he's going to force Canelo to keep slipping that jab and keep wasting energy like that.
Well, he's expending a lot of energy, showboating, but not throwing any punches.
And again, this is what Louis Burke was saying. He's fighting in spots. Can Trout take advantage of Canelo taking the rest of his rest time?
And is Trout landing enough punches solidly to win these rounds, even though he's being busy?
Crowd roars at a jab by Canelo. The bell and round 10. Austin no doubt Trout, who trained at the Rock Boxing Gym in the high altitude of Ruidoso, New Mexico.
For much of that round, was able to land fairly effectively, gets the good strong jab in there, and throws the uppercut on the inside. And Canelo Alvarez had a couple of very big moments in the round, and one of them was this uppercut. It looked like it should have hurt Austin Trout even more than it did. It did buckle him momentarily, but it did not knock him down. And remember, Austin Trout has been down earlier in this fight in round 7.
Here's another fact to think about. According to the official scores, Trout will need a knockout. The thing is, the thing that's disturbing to that fact is Canelo has never even been close.
Lost the 12-rounder. 5-0 for Canelo Alvarez.
It's a nice 1-2 combo from
5-0 for
Canelo.
Trout. 6-0 for Alvarez.
Alvarez coming forward, lands the right. Trout.
They mentioned in Canelo's corner to get aggressive. These are the championship rounds, and he seems like he's picked up the aggression this round.
Moving his head out of the way of that jab, but then gets stuck with the Trout jab.
Love the commitment to the jab by Trout, though. Regardless, he stays committed to it.
Overhand, a straight right hand there by Canelo connects. Wants to double up, but for the most part, we haven't seen the combination punching that we saw Canelo exhibit against Josecito, and that's, again, credit Trout.
And we really haven't seen as much combination punching from Trout as we saw in the Cotto fight.
Just going to say that, Al. It goes to show you the quality of these two boxers. It's hard to hit either one with a south.
This was where Austin Trout was buckled by another one of those uppercuts. And for just a moment, his legs wobbled. But that punch has been a staple of Alvarez's attack.
The thing about it, though, Al, Canelo was stepping on his feet. If you look at the lead foot, he had his foot on his lead foot.
Sign of sportsmanship as we are set for the 12th and final round. The WBC and WBA Super Welterweight Championships hang in the balance. It's been a competitive affair. Canelo.
Presumably created a 10-8 round, maybe. This is when Austin Trout went down from a straight right hand. This happened really only seconds into the 7th round.
13 seconds to be exact.
Yes, and he had to go almost the entire round. He did, fought well in the round, but clearly that was a seminal moment in this fight. And you look at it and you will see again the right hand. It was kind of a lazy jab by Trout, and Canelo Alvarez used his jab as a rangefinder, and then the straight right put Trout down, and he showed amazing resilience to come back in that round, did Trout.
It was almost like Canelo told himself to start the round. I know this guy's going to come out jabbing. I'm going to plant myself and throw a counter right.
And the round before that, Trout had done well, and we thought Canelo Alvarez was starting to look.
12 rounds of action. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Ray Danseco, scores the bout 115 to 112. Oren Schellenberger sees it 116 to 111. And Stanley Christodoulou scores the bout 118 to 109. All three in favor of the winner. He is now the WBC, WBA, and Ring Magazine Super Welterweight World Champion, El Orgullo de Guadalajara, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo demanded this fight. Canelo passes the test.